What is up, everybody? We got a kind of a special video today. We're gonna be reacting to Catch a Predator. These are like from Saul's channel. I don't know if you've ever seen that, where they just showcase each predator, and it's not like a full hour video or anything like that. We're gonna go ahead and go through this. I remember this show from when I was younger. I saw bits and pieces of it. I think I've seen like a few episodes or whatever, but it's been so long that I barely remember the people in it. And I think it goes without saying before we even start, like a little disclaimer type. Making fun of people isn't cool, right? Normally. I think we can all agree that this is a special circumstance where, if you're an Andrew Tate fan or you're a predator, I feel like you're open game. That's what I'm gonna say. But anyway, let's jump in and see kind of weird people we get into. Today's is Suspicious Steve.
Tonight, a Dateline hidden camera investigation exposes a very real threat to your children. Online sexual predators. You'll see firsthand how they find victims.
Before I even talk about like obviously what's going on, man, it's crazy. Look how old this show looks. Like even this keyboard. Like I remember these keyboards from like back in school, like elementary, where we first started having like computer labs, and they would teach you how to type and stuff like that. Or you would take like these little like I don't know if it was a course for learning that. I can barely remember, but it was like these little games that we would play on the computer where you would learn how to type by playing little mini games. Bro, we had like these sort of keyboards, crazy.
And seduce them. Perverted Justice exposes these individuals by posting their picture, phone
Chris
number,
Hansen.
and a copy of their
That man has
sexual
changed
chat
recently,
on its
hasn't he?
website.
Kind
As
of
a
like
result,
become a clout
the
chaser or
men's
something.
family, neighbors, and employers are often notified by website visitors. There would be dozens of sexually graphic online
Yo, I wonder if
chats
this
intended
website
for
is
children.
still up.
Chats so
Like,
disgusting we can't even begin.
not AOL and all that stuff or whatever they're using to chat. I mean, like, don't they have a website where they like upload everybody's details, like even before and after the show aired? That's what they were doing. That's how they even got known by um, NBC or whatever. Is it NBC? But anyway, don't I wonder if that website's still up and it's still got everybody's details, or whether they're still like catching people. You know what I mean?
To show you. There would also be picture exchanges and phone calls. But how many of these
Bro,
men
I
would be
remember her
willing
for
to
some
make a
reason.
date
She's an
and then
OG
be
in
bold
this.
enough to walk in the door? We didn't have to wait long to find out, and we caught it all on our hidden cameras. Meet
What?
35-year-old Steve.
Why is this man coming dressed like he's about to rob the house, bro? Why do you got his? Well, I know why he's got his hoodie up. He's trying to not be seen by the neighborhood. But come on, this looks more suspicious. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like it's broad daylight. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna be approaching a house with your hood up, looking like this, like as a neighbor, I'm gonna keep an eye out because I'm gonna be like, bro, they're about to like rob the house. That looks more suspicious than just showing your hair, bro.
Steve, known on the internet as
Weird.
SR8219. He's a married man with children.
Just come on in and sit at the
I don't even
counter.
know what that could
Finish getting
possibly
dressed.
mean.
Dell, posing
SR2.
as a 14-year-old, invites him in. And even though there really isn't a 14-year-old in the house,
14,
this man
bro.
still may be committing a crime, according to sex crimes expert Ken Lanning.
The federal law makes it pretty clear there doesn't have to be an actual child there.
And as far as Steve is concerned, there's a real 14-year-old.
Yeah, I remember because I've seen like YouTubers who like do this now in today's time. I've seen a couple of those videos. I forget their names, like predator catchers or something. And the people, the predators, are always like, "Bro, this is entrapment," and I'm like, that doesn't apply to civilians, you know what I mean, or news agencies. That applies to police officers. I never understood that argument because you know what I mean? Like as civilians can do things cops can't, and vice versa, of course, but it's not entrapment.
in this house.
Just sit at the counter. I'll be right down, okay?
As for why he's here, after we read you part of his online chat, it will be pretty clear.
You on the pill?
No, you were
Who asks a 14-year-old if they're on the Okay, actually, I don't know women's health that much, so maybe it's a thing like for periods and stuff. Maybe you start getting on the pill because I know my girlfriend takes the pill for its intended purpose, but also for managing like symptoms of uh, hormones or whatever. So I wonder maybe that's a common thing, I guess. But either way, like from a guy's perspective, that's a really weird question to ask.
condoms?
If you want me to, but I'm sterile.
Hold up.
No, you wear condoms?
If you want me to, but I'm
Then why even what? Then why even ask this? Why would you be like, "Are you on the pill?" and then be like, "Oh, but I'm sterile." Then I'm not following his train of thought here. I don't think he's got one.
Sterile.
Okay,
Or like
then
forgot
you
he
don't
was
have to wear
sterile.
a condom if you don't want to.
But before we have sex, I want you to make me.
What? Hold up, this is ridiculous. Let's forget about the horrible situation that he's trying to start here and just break down what he said here. But before we have, I want you to make me. What does that mean? How are you gonna? Okay, I think he's got the order of events wrong here, but okay.
He then assaults the girl with chat about oral and anal sex and even asks
Ugh.
a series of deeply personal questions like, when do you get your period? And another offensive question about her personal
Ugh. This whole thing is gross, of course, but I get the reason for asking the last question. I mean, it's all gross, but what does the first one have to do with anything? I can't imagine. I guess he's just asking everything he can think of. I don't know.
hygiene. Law enforcement has a name for this kind of guy, a
Creep.
potentially dangerous predator who goes from a chat room to a real-life meeting intent on an encounter with...
What do you guys think the name is? So they're saying the cops have a name for this guy, and it's somebody, a predator who goes to meet people. I mean, my thing is creep, but a police term, I would say criminal. I don't
a
know.
child. They're called travelers.
Travelers.
Meeting intent on an encounter with a
Okay.
child. They're called travelers.
He starts to communicate online, and then he is going to travel to where the child is, or he's going to try to get the child.
I mean, I
to
get it.
travel
I
to
get
where
why
he
it's
is,
called
or so they
traveler.
can
It's just a
engage
really
in
weird
actual
term to
sexual
use.
activity with the child.
But today, Steve won't have a chance for sex with a 14-year-old. Instead, he'll be meeting me.
I'm trying. I'm trying to find the funny in this. Because, like, I mean, in this scenario, nobody was hurt. And so I think we can just sit here and make fun of the dude and the because it's obvious it's just horrible, and especially like that he was trying to do it with somebody who was real. Absolutely horrendous. Um, but I think we can clown on the dude, right? Because nobody was hurt. So I think making fun of him is the right approach here.
Have a chance for
But
sex with a 14-year-old.
what I was laughing at wasn't even that. It's the way my boy Chris Hansen came around that corner. Look at that dude. He's just in the complete dark. You know what's funny? Is he doesn't even really have to be in the dark because, like, if the dude looks through at the dark room, he's gonna see the equipment and the cameras there already. So it being in the dark is like, it's like just for effect.
He'll be meeting me.
Bro coming out.
He seems to think I'm a police officer. I haven't told him yet I'm a television reporter, and at this point, he has no idea he's being videotaped.
I knew. You knew what? Exactly what was going on.
He went straight for the sitting. Chris Hansen didn't even have to say take a seat. He knew. Yeah, I don't know what I would think. Like if I showed up to a house or whatever and I saw Chris Hansen without knowing who he is, I don't know what I would think. Would you guys think it's the dad, like from how he's dressed, or would you think it's a detective? I feel like visually I would be like, oh, that's a detective. But I feel like logically, I would be like, a detective's not going to have me answer questions on the spot. They have to detain me, read my rights, and then start asking questions. So I would imagine that it's not a cop if I had like a couple of seconds to think about it.
Just take your hands out of your pockets for me. No, you don't.
Damn, bro, he did that aggressive.
Yeah.
You knew what?
Exactly what was going on.
Just take your hands out of your pockets for me.
Golly, I would have thought he had a gun doing it that quick.
You don't have to put them up.
No, fine. No problem. I know what was going on. I'm not stupid.
It's pretty
Well.
clear that Steve
Well, that's debatable.
thinks he was caught up in a police sting. He says he was just coming over to check it out.
So you were
Yeah, I
obviously
know.
suspicious in the
Of
beginning.
course I am. I'm always suspicious.
Always.
God, that guy
Check it
looks
out.
weird. He looks like a fake biker. Like not even the bikers would have this dude on. Look, he can't even grow a beard. I don't know what I don't know what he's wearing that bandana for. He must be balding. That's what it is. That's one way to hide your balding, I guess.
You were
Yeah, I
obviously
know.
suspicious in the
Of
beginning.
course I am. I'm always suspicious.
Bro, looks like he hasn't slept in like 20 days. I can't say anything. I mean, shit. But yeah, You know what I mean?
Always. Do you do
Dark.
this a lot?
No, this is the first time I've actually did show up to see what was going on.
And you expect
These guys are idiots, bro.
me to believe that?
Why would he?
Yes, I do.
Do you
This
have
is not
children?
the first time
Yes, I
I've
do.
talked, but it is
And
the first
how
time
would
I've
you
shown
feel
up.
if one of your children was 13 or 14 years old?
I'm not. Look, I don't want these guys to be smarter and get away, but like these dudes are dumb, right? Like they're, I don't know. Like don't answer questions first of all, but second of all, maybe don't incriminate yourself on every question that you answer. Like they're just kind of they're really really dumb.
That child was home alone, chatting with somebody on the internet who ultimately came over with no parent at home. How would you feel about that as a parent?
I'd be pretty pissed off.
You'll hear more.
And that's where it should end. I don't under. How do you answer that? Say I'd be pissed off, but it doesn't matter when you do it to someone else. That's fucked up.
From Steve later. Our undercover operation has only been up and running for 2 hours, and already 2 men.
What? Not the talking, right? Or are they saying they set up the entire, like they just started talking to him 2 hours ago and they already got 2 people? What the? Bro, what? How do you think it's that? And especially back then, this is before Tinder and everything else. They just thought within an hour they were going to be able to meet somebody, let alone someone of that age, but just in general. Like, come on, bro. Delusional.
Men who chatted graphically about sex online and then made a date have come into the house looking for a young girl home alone. Watch our hidden
That is
cameras.
an old-looking house,
You're
huh?
about to see a
That
lot
wallpaper
more.
has some grandma's
But
wallpaper.
Almost all the men said they weren't really here to have sex.
Just come in and sit at the counter.
Every time that's what they say, isn't it?
2.5 days.
I'm just here to check the
most
house
of
out.
These men
Just
likely
here to
broke state
watch
and federal
TV.
laws by coming to this house to sexually violate a 12, 13, or
Oh,
14-year-old.
I remember this.
By coming
Hold
to
up.
this house to sexually violate a
I remember this dude from, I think it was Moist Critical. Shout out Moist Critical, everyone knows him. I think he had reacted, like did a live stream where he reacted to some of these. And this was, I think this was one of them. This dude was like crazy. I think he had like schizophrenia or something.
a 12, 13, or 14-year-old. Some talked probably
God
because
damn,
they
Chris
thought I
is
was with
tall,
law
ain't he?
enforcement, although I never pretended to be a cop.
He looks like the
You wanna tell me
Undertaker.
why you really came over?
I really wanted to just take him to the
Who's
movies.
this?
But none had any idea our hidden cameras were going to expose them before a national audience. When we told them,
Some of the commentary from Chris is just a little bit ridiculous. He said they had no idea that our cameras would be capturing everything. Like, yeah, of course they don't. Who's gonna show up? Oh, I'm going straight. Like, yeah, he's just kind of saying like the simplest things and making it sound super dramatized.
most headed for the door.
He's filling up that
Steve, a
runtime so he can get
married man
ads
with
on that
children.
thing.
I'm Chris Hansen of Dateline NBC.
I see you.
And we're doing
I see
a
you,
story
Chris.
on grown-ups.
Yeah, that dude looks tall, bro. He's over the light.
Go ahead.
Chris.
I am leaving.
All right,
because,
go ahead.
You know, and you don't have my permission to put me on tape either.
You don't have my permission to put me on TV. You don't have our permission to show up to these houses, bro. Oh, I forget this channel, because I think this is the same one that a Moist Critical used last time. I think at the end it shows you what happened afterwards or something. Yeah. I'll pause it when it gets to the top and I'll read it real quick. What is that vibing song? No. Stephen M. Reddington surfaced during the Bethpage, New York sting in May 2004. Damn, that's I don't know. Seeing 2004 doesn't feel that old because I was born in 96. And so 2004 I was still very young, but it's almost like, what, 20 years almost. That's crazy. He was battling cancer at the time and had his last chemotherapy 2 months prior. I mean, that's horrible. In general, cancer obviously sucks, so I'm not going to comment on that. This was Dateline's first investigation into internet predators. There was no parallel investigation by local law enforcement. Therefore, this is before they started having cops. Like the first couple of investigations, they just let him go. Like they just embarrassed him, put him on TV, and then let him go. I wonder if he did anything. He is still married to his wife. They've been married since 94. That's crazy. She had to have known, right? Because it was national TV. There's no way he didn't get seen. And then especially how big it is now on the internet and all of these, people covering it. There's no way she didn't know. So I don't know, man. I don't know why you would stay with somebody, because it's not even like, oh, he didn't do anything, so it's fine. It's like he meant to. So how do you stay with somebody doing that? You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, that was the reaction. Let me know if you like this sort of content and if you got other videos, not just music, because that's most of what I do, but if you got other videos you guys want me to react to, for sure, leave that in the comments. I'll probably do a couple more of these if you guys enjoy it. You let me know. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.